Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Baruch atah Ya Eloheinu, Elohei Abotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yisrael. Toda Rabbah, Yahweh Eloheinu, Ki atah hayita itanu. Toda Rabbah l'kol dabar hatob asher tana tata l'chayenu. Na ya Eloheinu, bebach washa, hal we akla akot la akota, wagam kain ish la ish to, wagam kain isha la isha kain. Na Yahovah Eloheinu, shub lanu et tefatenu, watar butenu, wekol debarim hatobim, asher tana tata la abotenu. Na Yahovah Eloheinu, salak lanu mekol debarim haraim asher asinu be'eneka yom yom. Salak lanu mekol debarim ha'avonot asher anaknu asinu b'yad rama b'chayenu. Na Yahovah Eloheinu bebach washa tishma wata'aneh tefilot amka Yisrael al na ta'azbenu ki anaknu zarikim oka lihiyot b'chayenu. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Okay. Shalom. Giving honor and praise to Yah, the creator and the maker of heaven and earth. How's everybody doing? All right. So what we're going to do is continue where we was at. This is Hebrew lesson number 32 in Biblical Hebrew part 4. All right. So first question, after asking everyone how they doing, is, are we able to be heard? Are we able to be seen well? All right. So let the people let us know if we can be seen and heard pretty well. All right. We're going to be dealing in part with continuing on and concluding to a great extent, but not fully, the Hifil stem. As we went over before, this is in regards, all right, to the causative of the qual stem. All right. So in order to study this stem carefully, it's imperative, it's important that we jump back and forth between the Hifil and the qual. All right. So that could be noted for edification purposes. We have, all right, the word sakam. Does anybody know what this word means? Sakam. Okay, this will be in the qual stem. All right. The Hifil stem to that is this. All right. So it can be noted for edification purposes. Sorry about that. Pick up this point right here. All right. Sakam was in the qual, and Haskem, all right, will be in the Hifil form of it. Now, when we say Haskem, what we're talking about is the actual command form or the imperative aspect of it. The root inside, however, of this form in the Hifil is Hiskim. Okay? So, now, the meaning of this, all right, is to agree or, okay, to consent, one of the two, all right? Sakam in the qual form would mean to agree. Hifil means to consent, because when you're consenting to something, you're causing yourself or you're causing another in great extent to agree with something. You're consenting to it. You're agreeing to it. You have no objection to it. All right? So Sakam has came in the root within the Hifil aspect is Hiskim. All right? So we can be noted and understood for edification purposes. All right? So just want that to be noted and seen. Now, I wanted to real quickly as well explain something in regards to the Hifil stem. When we're talking and explaining upon that particular subject, the past tense of it, all right, takes a hey form. The present tense of it, as we're going to explain in depth as we go on tonight, all right, takes, as stated, a mem, as in the PL stem, as in the Pual stem, and as in the Hifil stem and the Hofal, which we'll get into as time goes on. All right, so I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. Any questions so far? Okay, so now we're going to go over this word right here. All right, sabab. Does anybody know what sabab means? All right, it means to encircle. We went over this in the past. All right, now that is the qual form. The Hifil form of this is haseb. All right, so it can be noted. Now let me explain what happened in this regard. The word sabab is an ayin verb. Remember that? Anytime the second and the third letter is the same letter, it's an ayin form. Now when you're conjugating this within any of the tenses, or when you're conjugating this within any of the verb patterns, you have the option to drop off one of the two double letters. So therefore, when you're dealing with this particular aspect, all right, you have it to where sabab becomes haseb, or as many state, heseb. All right, so I just want that to be noted. Now, to encircle, this form right here in the hifil part of me, I want to write qual and hifil. Right? Now, this means to encircle, to go round. Now, many times, like in Exodus, you'll see this word here, misabib. All right? Misabib means roundabout, and he shall sprinkle the water round about the tabernacle, or so forth. This is the word right here, and the root of it comes from this here. So I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. So you say sabab ta in the qual form. The Hifil form would say hesabti, hesabta, hesabt, hesab, hesba, hesabnu, hesabtem, hesabten, hesbu. All right, so I just want that to be stated for edification purposes. Tonight, we're going to take one of these Hifil verbs and explain the past, the present, the future, and the command form, as well as what is referred to as the gerund or the bakalam. All right, so I just want that to be noted for reasoning and edification purposes. Next word, so that way we can show further how the Hifil stem works in this aspect. All right. Okay, this word here, which we went over in the past, is the word what? Shalom. Does anybody know what shalom in the verb form means? To make peace, or to be at peace. All right, or to be, we're going to be candid, to be at peace. No, this is the qual, or to be complete. All right, this Toda for asking, brother, this is the qual. The Hifil of this same form, all right, is this word here, hish leem. And this means what? To make peace. Hish leem. To make all right, to make peace. Shalom, to be at peace. Hishlim, to make peace. It's the causative in most cases as stated of the qual. Any questions? Shalom is actually, as we went over last time, is the noun. What you do to make the noun in many cases, not in all, but in many cases, is you put a vowel between the second and the third root letter. So kalam, kalom. Shalom, shalom. Ma'zor, ma'zor. All right, so that could be noted for edification purposes. All right, now, for instance, the word hazim means to feed. right? F-E-E-D. Now, when you put that, and so as mazon, what you've done is you put a mem, as we went over before, in front of the verb, making it into a noun. And we all know what mazon means, food. All right? So are there any questions before we continue? Questions, comments? All right. Told out to the Father, where I work at, they let me keep this. So I now give to the camp so it can clean stuff. All right, so, and be noted for reason and purposes. All righty. Let us continue on where we were at. The next one we're going to deal with is this right here. The word sha'al. Does anybody remember what sha'al means? Sha'al. Anybody? Questions, comments? What does the word, I have a question. What does the word sha'al mean in Hebrew? It means, in this qual form, all right, to ask or borrow. To ask or borrow is the root form. Now this, as stated, all right, is within the qual. And the he field form of this is hish il. Now what we've done, essentially, hif il. You got the hey, hif. This just happened to be a sheen. Il. Hif il. Just put the kirik under the second root letter, and you put a yod between the second and the third root letter. All right, and then you get hish il. Now, sha'al means to borrow in the qual. And the hif il is generally, as in this case, the causative of the qual. Hish il means to lend. All right? To lend. All right? Sha'alti, I asked. Hish alti, I loaned. Hish alta, you loaned. Ani mash'il, I am lending. Ani mash'ilka kesef, I am lending you money. Ani mash'ilka mishkwafotai, I am lending you my glasses. Ani mash'ilka sefarai, I am lending you my books. All right, so I just want that to be noted. We're going to explain this a little further, but I'm trying to show how the hif il stem works. To ask or borrow sha'al, all right? And hish il, the hif il of the qual sha'al, means to lend. Is because when you lend something, you're causing one to borrow. Because that's how Hebrew works in that regard. All right, so hopefully, are there any questions, comments? Okay. All right, so we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. Really? Really? Wow, maybe we got to start earlier. What you think? All right, so we're gonna continue on in what we're speaking of in this particular regard. All right, so we're gonna, as stated, we got a lesson tonight. Now I'm going to explain to the people, tonight is the last Wednesday that this class will be done. Continuing on, all right, we're going to have classes on Sunday, all right? If we don't start this Sunday coming, it will be the Sunday after. And that's due to my schedule with what I'm dealing with during the week then, all right? So I just want that to be noted for the people. So, we have, as stated, right? Shalom. In the qual, as we went over already. You put it in the hif'il stem. You get made a little error right there. Hish leem. Now, I'm going to show the pattern on how this works. To be complete or be at peace. And hishlim means to make peace. Now, how does this work? All right? We're going to try to explain this aspect in the past tense. All right? He feels them past tense. All right? Hish 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 Now, what was done here is this. This is as stated, the hif'il stem in its past tense. All right? So we have ani, ata, at, who, and he. Ani, hishlamti. Ata, hishlamta. At, hishlamt. Who, hishlim. He, hishlima. I made peace. You made peace masculine. You made peace feminine. He made peace. She made peace. So I didn't put the pronouns ani, ata, at, who, and he. But we already understand what that is talking about in that particular regard. All right? So just want that to be noted. Going to put the vowels in so we can see. Hish, lam, ti. Hish, lam, ta. Hish, lam. This takes two shawaz, one for the mem, one for the tau. Hish, leem. Hish, lima. Ani, hishlamti. I made peace. Ata, hishlamta. You made peace. At, hishlamt. You made peace, speaking to a female. Who, hishlim. He made peace. He, hishlima. She made peace. All right, so I, you masculine, you feminine, he, she. All right? Now, the sheen, the lamed, and the mem does not leave. Now, even when you put this interjection of the yod, and then when you put this prefix here of the hey, it's still, is this able to be seen? Huh? All right, so I just want that to be noted. Sheen, lamed, mem, sheen, lamed, mem. It stays in there consistently. All right? So this is what you call regular hif'il stems. This is not like Peinun or Peyod or Lamed Hey or so forth. We'll get into that next week or the next lesson, all right? Because next Wednesday is no Hebrew class. So either we'll start it this coming Sunday or the next Sunday. We'll let the people know in regards to that. So we're going to clean the board yet again because it's necessary in this regard. And then move on in that particular aspect, all right? How's everybody doing out there? Supposed to shout out fine, but like on the songs. But anyway, we're gonna continue on, all right? In this particular regard. I know that there are people that watch this class later on. The average views be like 50 minimum after a week or so. And we want to help the people out. Now, when I watch this later on, I notice the glare sometimes myself. So if anything happens to be a problem, we're more than willing to try to sit there and help and assist. Because as stated, this is not us representing us. It's us representing in the name of the Most High. Okay, so now we have this here in this aspect. Hish lamnu. Hish lam tem. Hish lam ten. And Hish Limu. Make this look like a wow. What's going on here? This is the pluralization past tense of the regular hif-il stem. Anachnu hishlamnu. Atem hishlam ten. Aten hishlam ten. Hem hishlimu. Hain hishlimu. So we're still dealing with the pronouns, but without writing them. Anachnu, we. Atem, you, masculine plural. Aten, feminine plural. Hain, suffix there. Hain, suffix there. We made peace. You all, or you masculine plural, made peace. All right? This hey signifying the aspect of the hif-il stem. Hish lam ten. You feminine plural made peace. They made peace. Either masculine or feminine. Yes. So we're not writing pronouns at this point? No, we're up to lesson 32. No, I'm not. So I was stated for a reason and purposes. It's anachnu, hishlamnu. So if you notice, these are suffixes. So once you understand the pattern, you'll be able to see it, just like katab t, katab ten, katab nu. Same premise. All right, so just hopefully that be noted for edification, reasoning, and so forth. All right, are there any questions or so forth? I'm sorry? All righty, so next thing we're going to get into, and it's pretty simple, all right, is the present tense, masculine and feminine, plural and singular, of the hif-il stem. All right? So we can gain an understanding of what we're dealing with and what we're talking about. Now, you see the hif-il stem a lot in Genesis. You see the hif-il stem a lot. I just said it, sorry. In Genesis. All right? Some in Kings in certain cases, but upon study of the first 5 books, you see that a lot in the book of Genesis. All right? So, just want that to be noted for edification purposes. Now, next thing, want to sit there and get into this aspect. We're dealing with hif-il, all right, present tense. Now, as stated before, the root still stays there. But what you do is you add the prefix of the mem. All right? So shalom, which would be in this masculine qual form, right? Just takes in the hif-il aspect, all right, put an asterisk here, is a mem. Now, being that this is the hif-il form of it, all right, what we have to do is add the interjection of the yod. All right? So then become mashlim. Now this happens to still be, though it ends with the eem sound, with some people, scholars, they say the Kiddush Yod Mem aspect, Mashlim, is still in the aspect of being singular. All right, masculine, singular, or MS. All right, and this means making, present tense, peace. All right, so we can gain an understanding. Mashlim. Sorry. Yep, Mashlim. Sorry about that. I have to change the vowel pattern. Mashlim. Then we have what? Mash Lima. All of this still means the same thing. I'm just putting the line there. Making peace. Remember, we're dealing with present tense, all right? Can I be heard clearly? Good? All right. Mashlima. All right? So you have what? This is the mem final, or mem sophie. This is the regular mem. So that's the distinction with that in modern Hebrew writing form. All right? Mashlima, feminine, singular, or FS in this regard. All right? Then we have Mashlimim. Mashlimim. Remember, present tense. This is masculine plural. All right? Still meaning making peace. Now, this here is just what's called ditto marks. All right, so it's saying the same thing. Ani mashlim, I am making peace. He mashlima, she is making peace. Anaknu mashlimin, we are making peace. All right, then we have mashlimot. All right, mash limot, feminine plural, still meaning making peace. Masculine singular, feminine singular. Masculine plural, feminine plural. Ani mashlim, he mashlima, anaknu mashlimim, aten mashlimot. I am making peace, she is making peace, or you are making peace when speaking to a female. All right? Anaknu mashlimim, masculine, plural, inclusive of females at times, all right, would mean we are making peace. Now, I want to emphasize, this Kiddush Yod Mem and in an Eem doesn't make it plural. This Kiddush Yod Mem makes it plural. All right, because you have a lot of so-called, no offense intended, when I say so-called scholars who like to argue, Elohim means plural because it is and that. But this right here ends with the Eem, and this is not plural. So we have to begin, as Solomon said, in order to get understanding. All right? So I just want that to be noted. All right. So you have mashlim, mashlima, mashlimim, mashlimot. So you would say, hein mashlimot. They are making peace. Aten mashlimot. You all are making peace. This has no males in it. This can be mixed with males and females. And this right here is one singular female, and this right here is one singular male. Yes. Where? The third one could be, if you say hem mashlimim, masculine. Ani ata hu. Ani at he. Anakno atem hain. Anakno aten hain. All right, that's the plural, that's the pronoun aspect. Are there any questions? All right, so we're going to continue on, all right? Is the Hif Il, but this time, All right, so we're going to continue on, right? But we're going to go in the future tense of the he feels stem. All right? After we write down this board. I know it's a little time consuming, but we want it to be as clean and clear as possible. All right? So let's continue on in that regard. Now, we're about to get into regular he-feels stem future tense. It's easy. Like, oh, it's advanced. No, it's not. All right, so you have the he-feel future tense. Now, those who followed with the PL future and the qual future and the nif-al future, you'll begin to see the pattern as we go along, all right? So remember, the form in its qual now happens to still be shalom. So what we're going to do is put it in the future he-feel. So shalom still exists. All right? But in this particular regard, we're going to say ashlim. Right? I will make peace. Shin lamed mem is still in there. All right? Remember, the aspect in the future tense has the pronoun for ani or the aleph in regards to it being in the beginning. All right? So just want that to be noted. Then we have tashlim. Move. You're in my way. Then we have tashlim. Again, the eem without it being plural. All right? Ashlim, tashlim. Then you have tashlimi. Yes, I will make peace. You will make peace when speaking to a male. Tashlimi, right? Means you will make peace when you're speaking to a female. All right? So mind you, this is online, so you can rewind it and go back in case you miss something or so forth. All right? Or pause it to take your notes in the future and so forth. Then you have let me get the thing here. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. So can wipe this down a little better. All right? We have Yashlim. All right? Yashlim means he will make peace. That looks like a resh a little, but it's not. It's a yod. The ani, the ata, the at, and the who, or the yod in this particular aspect. All right? I will make peace. You will make peace when speaking to a male. You will make peace when speaking to a female. Then you have Yashlim, which means he will make peace. Now, this is a little advanced here, but I'm explaining this as such. Tashlim, all right, once again, if we were following, means also she or you, masculine singular, will make peace. Second person, masculine singular, in the future tense, and all 7 stems, regardless of what form, the pa, pe, aleph, or lamed aleph, all right, or whatever else, the second person, masculine, is the same in the future tense as the third person, feminine. Tokal, you will eat, also means she will eat. Tashlim, you will make peace, also means she will make peace. This is throughout all 7 stems, regardless of what form of verb, ayin, pei, yod, lamed, hey, same aspect. That rule stays the same. All right, so I just want that to be noted. Are there any questions so far? It's what it is. The best answer I got. And this right here, when it says the yod, yashlim, means he will make peace. This means you will make peace when speaking to a female. As we went over, you will make peace when speaking to a male, singular, or female third person. And ashlim is unisex. So I just want that, all right, to hopefully be noted. Are there any questions? So we're going to continue on, all right, where we were at. So we can gain an edification purpose in this regard. How's everybody doing? Can I get a 1 if you good? Able to hear good, see good, feel good, be good? Are you good? All right? Everything all right? All right. So now, still continuing, all right? In the hif'il future tense. What I'm doing, okay, is showing a pattern or something. Once you know the pattern, you go on from there. When somebody's teaching you to ride a bike, they don't stay on the bike with you. You begin to just go on from there. Have any questions about doing a wheelie on a bike? That is to say, just go up on one wheel, the back one. How to get your training wheels off. The training wheels in this regard being the vowel points. It goes on as time goes on. Don't beat yourself up in the head. All right. Then we still have shalom. Okay. Now this being the plural future tense. It's nashlim, not to be confused with nashim. Right? Nashlim means we will make peace. All right? So we got the shin, the lamed, and the mem. This noun serves as the prefix at the anaknu, which means we. All right? Any questions? Yes, because it's we, more than one. First person plural is the we. We will make peace, we will go, we will see, so forth. So I just want that to be noted. Then you have tash limu. All right? Which means what? You all, or you masculine plural, will make peace. Atem tash limu. All right? So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. All right? Tashlimu. Then we have what? Tash. Lim. Nah. Now, we already, if you're understanding the PL form, don't let this not flip you out. If you understand the PL form future tense, the qual future tense, the nif'al future tense, we went over all of that. This is the syllabus we're dealing with. All right? So you have nashlim, then you have tashlimu, tashlimna. This is the feminine plural. You, feminine plural, will make peace. So if I was speaking to 2 daughters, I would say, Tashlimna achal, make peace now. I'm telling them to do such. All right, that's how that works in that regard. All right, then you have Yashlim, move. I stand corrected. It's not, it's Tashlemna. It's not Tashlemna. It's Tashlemna. There's no yod in that regard. So when we look back on it, and I'm going to show the minute and the second, when you look into your 201 in that regard, you'll see the distinction, all right? So I just want that to be noted. So we got only human. We have Yashlimu, all right? And then again, we have what? This yet again, Tashlemna. Okay, that's not working. I'm gonna write it down here. Okay, any questions so far? I want to explain something in depth. All right, Tashlemna, I want to explain this with an asterisk. I'm going to explain in a second. This means you all, feminine plural, will make peace. They, feminine plural. The second, pardon me, the second person feminine plural in the future tense, regardless of stem, regardless of verb pattern, vowel pattern, okay, is the same as this right here, Tashlemna and Tashlemna. You may want to say aten Tashlemna or hen Tashlemna. You all, they feminine plural, you all feminine plural. Future tense, second person feminine plural is the same exact word as the third person feminine plural. Are there any questions so far? All right, so we can gain an understanding, Yeshli, so we can gain an understanding in that particular regard. Okay. Now, next thing I want to mention is I made a slight error, only human. I stated earlier that it's Tashlemna. It's not Tashlemna, it's Tashlemna. All right? So there is no yod in this particular regard when you're dealing with the second person feminine plural. The yod only is in the first person plural, second person masculine plural, and third person. I should have remembered that. Salakli, brothers and sisters. I remember that now that I'm going through this. And the third person masculine plural future tense in this regard. Are there any questions so far or comments? All right. So we will make peace. You all masculine plural will make peace. You all feminine plural will make peace. They masculine plural will make peace. They feminine plural will make peace. All right? So that's the entire basic future tense of the he filled form of the verb hishlem. Now, what we're going to get into in this regard is this here. Give me 1 second. Finish drying off this board. Can I be heard? Can I be heard? I asked because the mic slipped. Sorry about that. Can I still be heard good? Questions, comments? So let's go on as we were doing, all right? Doom, doom. Can I still be heard good? I'm asking for a reason. Can I still be heard good? I asked because the mic fell. So now we going on, okay? In the Hif'il, what they refer to as the Zawul or the imperative or the command form. All right? Now, you're telling a male singular to make peace, all right? Is the word, as we went over before, Hashlaim. So if you have a son and you're saying to him to make peace or to be tranquil, you're saying Hashlaim. That's the command form in that regard, all right? Then you have this right here. Hashlimi. This would be the feminine singular. All right? So you have Hashlaim, make peace. Make peace. Now, if you want, you can say Hashlaim ata, Hashlimi at. You can add the pronouns in that regard as the second letter. That's not incorrect, all right? So I just want that to be noted. You see that? But mostly when the command form is in the qual. But it's not wrong in that regard either, all right? So I just want that to be noted. Then you have masculine plural, all right? And that is, as stated, wanted to make sure Hashlimu. Then you got feminine plural, command form. Remember, we're dealing in that aspect at this point is Hashalimna. So if you have two female children telling them to be tranquil or to make peace, you say Hashlemna. You say Hashlimu to two sons. Now, it doesn't matter if the age of the person, I'm just using sons or daughters as an example. All right? So this means make peace. Like if you see two males that are odds or whatever, or a group of people at odds, Hashlimu, make peace. So that's how that goes in that. Shin Lamed Mem, as you see, does not drop. Correct. This is the command aspect in this regard. All right? So this is masculine plural. Then you have feminine plural. All right? So we're going to get into two more things and then close out. Okay? All right. So we want to continue on where we were at. All right? Okay, we have the Hif'il Berend. Now, this is actually also referred to in modern Hebrew speaking, but not bad Hebrew speaking, as the Bakalam. All right, so I want to explain what this is about in this regard. All right, the Hashlim. The hash, so you have the hashlim, right? Now, bakalam, then you have kahashlim. I'm gonna explain that after I write the Hebrew out. Kehashlim. Then you have, all right, this is an important aspect right here. Lehashlim. Then you have Mehashlim. Mehashlim. Now, what is this right here? Right? Bakalam. Bet kaf lamet mem. Bakalam. Now remember, this means in the Hifil form to make peace. So this means in or with. In or with. Bahashlim ani ra'itiha. In making peace, I saw her. In making peace or with making peace. Bahashlim la'amim asher hem hayu oibechem. In making peace with the people who were your enemies. All right? Then we have kahashlim, which means what? Like or as. Kahashlim, like making peace. As making peace. Kahashlim la'oibeka, as making peace with your enemy. Lo asita de barakakma, did not do a wise thing. Ki obeka lo ratzu la'asot. Shalom imachem, because your enemies do not want to make peace with you. All right, so just giving that in that example in that regard. Then we have lahashlim, to in its infinitive or for. Lahashlim, ani orotze lahashlim. All right, I want to make peace. Lahashlim literally means to make peace. In making peace, as making peace, to make peace, for making peace. Lahashlim shkwati, to make peace, I stay silent. All right, so just give an example. Then you have of or from. Mehashlim, bati mehashlim imah. I came for making peace with her. Bati, I came. Mehashlim, from making peace. Imah, with her. Imoh, with him. In or with, like or as, to or for, of or from. Once you understand, brothers and sisters, this pattern, it becomes easy. All right? So just want that to be noted. Are there any questions so far? Now, you go in this book right here. Can it be seen? The 201 verb book. Now go to page 379. You see where my index finger is right here? All right? Huh? Down, okay. Right here, you see this? We did this entire thing. Right here, all of this on page 379. That's the entire Hifil stem. The gerund, the imperative, the present, the future, and the past. We did the entire thing. So now, if you study this lesson here, number 32, you will begin to see how that works. Next time, we'll deal with more of the Hifil stem, but we'll deal with it in the aspect of the regards to the other forms like the ayin wow and so forth. Earlier, we went over aspects of how you deal with the ayin. In part, sabab in the Hifil, sabab in the qual becomes hesab within the aspect, we're going to get there in a second, in the aspect of the Hifil. All right? So what we're going to do, close out and restart another. Okay, that's good, brother? So close this out and we're going to start Biblical Hebrew part 4, but name it the same thing. All right, told out for the time.